Hello, welcome to All Caps. I'm Isaac Anderson, author of A Song of Bones and the Garden Maze. I'm joined by my co-host Tim McKay, the author of The Fall of Salvandrea. And our very special guest today is Saffron Asteria, the host of Idiosyncrasy and the Strangers in Fiction show. Welcome to our show. How you doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Yeah.
I'm doing wonderful.
Amazing.
It's 5 p.m. for us, about 4 for you, right? So it's the end of a work day.
It is.
Done. We can relax. Supper
Take it
eventually.
easy.
This is like that perfect limbo time where everything's right in the world and there's actually nothing to do except talk and have a good time.
Oh, well, I have things to do.
Well, same.
Oh, boy, do I have things to do.
Let's not think about that yet. Yes. Okay. We got some awesome guests already.
Hello.
Jamie Bryden. Bring back the barn. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next time I have a barn available to me, I will use it.
I think the messages go back to Oklahoma.
That's so far away. It's so far. It's so hot. And there's so much bug
and
in Oklahoma.
Oh, man. Yeah. You prefer the weather in Miami? That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, yes. Well, it's going to rain for another 6 hours here. I got a notification as I was riding at the coffee shop, get indoors, it's going to flood. So I was like, so I had to cut short my my work day, come back home. But I didn't see any floodwaters, so I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping for chaos and wailing. But that hasn't happened yet. It might happen still.
The day is not over. The night is over.
Not over yet.
That is true.
How are things where you are, Saffron?
They are glorious, actually. The sun is shining and it's so hot you can't walk outside without shoes on. So it was really miserable this morning. I'm in Texas.
Texas.
Say that again, just like that.
Yeah. It's I'm near the Dallas airport, the DFW airport.
Okay.
So,
Cool. I was just there.
Oh my gosh. You should have said. I would have waved out the window.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was born in Fort Worth.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Almost in a laundry basket, I was told.
Just terrible aim, or
I was born very quickly. I called the midwife, like, the baby's coming right now. And the baby was like, you're fine. You got another hour. It's your first baby. Like, the head is out. And then I was like, ah!
Oh, that's horrifying.
I was born in this little apartment in Fort Worth.
Whereabouts?
Fort Worth and this little, we used to drive by it on that stupid freeway. I don't remember exactly where. It was somewhere in Fort Worth, near the city.
Okay.
We spent most of my childhood in this little house in Havenwood, Fort Worth. And that was fun. We lived next to a golf course. So we had lots of golf balls. Our dogs would get out and chase the golfers. We had to go chase the dogs, chasing the golfers. And it was a good time.
That's nice.
Great time. Oh, man. Now, you were born in the UK, right?
I was, yeah. I was born in Kent in the UK, which is the southeast of England. I moved here in March last year, so I haven't been here that long.
What brought you to Texas?
What, sorry?
What brought you to Texas?
A boy.
A boy did. It was a boy, a Texas boy.
Yeah, my husband. Yeah, it was one of those like, oh, shall I move to Texas? Yeah, go on then. That's kind of how that worked.
Texas is pretty great.
It's all right.
I really do. I don't like how hot it gets.
No, it's disgusting.
But it's a fun place.
Where you are, is it a dry heat or a humid heat?
Oh, it gets humid.
Oh, both. Okay, well, that's really
humid.
Okay,
and the ball sack of England. It is. Do you know what? It's my ball sack. I'm fond of where I come from, but that is not incorrect, Christopher.
That's awesome.
If my grandma was watching this, you're gonna have to apologize to her.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, Christopher. I guess we're
Christopher, control yourself.
Giving a platform to this awesome comment.
So, I'd like to apologize to Kent, England, all of Kent, all the good people that live there.
They don't.
I'm sure you're a fine place.
They know. They're aware. They know what they've done. Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah, so
Wild though. I mean, yeah. So you've only been in the U.S. a year, and I feel like I already knew that it's only within that time frame that you started writing, right?
Mhm.
So that's um, so you started writing and everything you've done, which we're going to get into. Like that's a busy freaking year.
That's what I do, things like that. I'm driven by excitement of things, and I become like obsessed. You'll like it's not up to me whether or not she accepts that apology, but I will pass it on to her. Um, but yeah, I was working as a customer service trainer in an environment with like healthcare and things like that.
Mm.
And somebody that I worked with, one of the managers, wrote a book and self-published within a 6-month period or something. It was the first time I'd ever heard of anyone self-publishing anything that I knew anyway. And he kind of like coached me into like believing that I could do something. And I've always been a creative person, but not in like an artistic way, more of a like my brain is not on this planet kind of way. And
That's kind.
I'd been thinking about this particular story that I'm currently still working on, and I don't know if it'll ever be finished. And I just kind of kept it to myself, and I was like mulling it over during the pandemic, and everyone was like, I'm writing a book during the pandemic. And I thought, I'm not going to do what everyone else is doing. Fuck that. So I kind of delayed it a lot. And then he was like, hey, it's really easy. You just write the book and you put it out there. And I was like, oh, really? And it was way easier than I thought. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not that easy. It's not that simple. But if you wanted to like break it down into 3 easy steps, is write the book, publish the book, advertise the book. Obviously, more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And so he said to me, just start doing it, and gave me a few pieces of advice. One of the most important pieces of advice that he gave me was to build a community before you finish the book. Because he had written the book and then was like, hello, people that don't know me, I've written a book. And everyone was like, so? And
Join
that's
the
kind of
club of thousands, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I joined Twitter, will always be called that to me. I joined Twitter and was like, I'm a writer now. And then found it really hard to make friends because I wasn't a writer, but I wanted to be one. And then over a period of a few months, I kind of developed these like micro friendships with people that I didn't really know, who I realized were just shouting into the void all the time. And I was like, I don't want to do that. That was horrible. There were people in the querying trenches and having a terrible time, like, please read my book, and nobody's looking at it. And I thought, this is so depressing. And I don't know if that's what I want to do. It's horrible. And so I thought, well, okay, so I've already started writing this book, and what else can I do? And then within a couple of months, I think, I was like, well, what if I made a website? And then what if I put those people on that website? What if I interviewed those people? And what if I just every so often came up with a crackpot idea to give them something else to do to get their name out there? So that's just kind of how this whole thing spiraled. And then it hasn't stopped. And that's why I don't sleep. So I started the podcast, I think it was either November, December last year, as a precursor to the website appearing. And then the website opened on the 1st of January, and then they kind of work together. So I interview people that have a feature on the website, and then I link everything together, because I'm trying to create these little spaces where you can get to know the person. So rather than being like, look at this book, I want to say, look at this person, and they created something, they really want to share it with you. Please look at that. And that's where this all came from. So I kind of wanted to create something that didn't exist. Well, it does exist in other parts, but I hadn't done it. So I decided it didn't exist. So I wanted to create this welcoming space for people. And it's definitely taking a different turn than I expected. But it's
What'd you expect?
I don't know. I was like, I'm going to make a website, and then people are going to go to the website. And I was like, well, people aren't coming to the website. What's wrong with it? And then I realized all the design choices I'd made had plummeted my SEO, which is, and you know, Matt Falcon, I'm sure he's been incredibly helpful in going through everything that I have on there and saying, love it, but it's terrible, or you need to do this and change it. And it's been invaluable. So that's something I'm doing a lot in the background, but that's not going to be done till the end of the year. And there are just lots of little things that I've been picking up on where I think it's still not good enough, because it isn't. unless people think of it as the first thing in their head when they're considering buying another book, it's not ready yet. So I've had a handful of people say that they go there to look for their next read, and even if one person's done that, that's good enough for me.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to keep going anyway.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been writing in the background, but I also have inserted so much time and effort into this project that is so on the back burner. I'm constantly thinking about it and like going through the plot, and I'm working on it, but not working on it physically. So
that was going to be one of my questions. Was, I mean, because you have an act. I mean, it's weekly that I think I brought an image. Yeah, so Booked is what, every week, roughly?
Yeah, so Booked is every Sunday. Strangers in Fiction is another show that I co-host with Sora Sullivan. That's every other Tuesday. I put out a spotlight on the front page of the website every Wednesday, and I get people submitting from months ago, submitting information for me to create features for them. And then I also get a lot of emails from people asking to come on the show, and then I have to go through the rigmarole of saying that's not how it works. So yeah, and then I also have lots of little things that I'm trying to add to the website as well. So at the moment I'm reading through submissions for guest blogs for the website, and that is going to be really good because I'm trying to give people a platform to give their point of view, to tell other people how they sort of got through a problem or how they've found success in a certain area, because everybody's journey is going to be totally different. And when you have a fantasy author, for example, their method of success is going to be different than a horror author.
Yeah.
Because everybody's platforms are totally different and their fan bases are going to be different. And some people prefer in-person things. Some people are much better online and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah, I don't know. I can understand. I find
busy.
Yeah, creating time to write in the midst of that, I get it. That would be a challenge.
I have to schedule it in. It's awful.
Scheduling things.
I don't like doing that.
Do you have you taken steps back from writing before then? I mean, I realize this is all just within a year period, but like I'm definitely guilty of doing that more than some people I talk to. And I like it that way. Actually, it's what works for me. I'll go on anywhere from a 1 to 3 month sprint of just every day pouring my heart into this thing. And then I'll take a step back because one, I'll be exhausted if I don't. And two, I have other things to do. Gives me a chance to reinvest time in other areas of life. And it gives me time to, think about it, right? I find those times off are critical because I come back and the story always improves. So I'm curious, like, have you taken steps back before? Do you find do you find it hard to get back into it is maybe the question, or have you had that chance yet?
Yeah, I think it's integral for me as a person to take steps back from things and do something that's like menial or something that I can do over and over again where my brain can play God or whatever in the background. And then when I come back to it, it's that starting, it's finding where to start again, because what keeps happening is I'll step away from it and I'll resolve something and then I'll go back and I think, right, I'll have to read it from the beginning again just to make sure. And then I go, that's not right. And so I have to change it from the beginning. So the first like 5 chapters, I swear, I have edited those like 60 times because I can't help myself, because I'm like, okay, so I've read somebody else's work and they have done this really good thing in terms of a descriptor, and I want to try and embody that in my work. And it's not a case of like take that descriptor and like copy and paste it, but it's more like, oh, I could do that way quicker and be more effective.
You see their technique.
Exactly, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's something useful. So why don't I just start from the beginning again and then try and give it that bit more of a polish? But it's also helping me further down the line where I've been able to then go forth with the new sections of it in that more polished state. So it's definitely a learning thing. And I'm not the kind of person that can sit there and be actually scheduled and like write from, as Christopher said, 5 a.m. is his best writing time.
Yeah,
that's my best.
5 a.m. is the best writing time. Almost nobody can actually get to that, but it is the best writing time. I do agree.
Is it? Oh, I've
I
only
did it
found
for a
times
while.
awake from the day before. It's the best writing time.
I wrote an entire Jurassic Park inspired sci-fi thriller, getting up at 5 a.m. for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
It's on my hard drive. I need to visit it again. But
Fair.
You have to. I want to read that.
Yeah.
it was fun. You know that there's one kind of bird in the Amazon that is poisonous. It's the only poisonous bird in the world, and it's in the feathers.
Really?
So
Huh.
the people who discovered it, they're holding these birds, like, look at these fun birds. And they're like, why do my fingers feel numb? Why is my face going numb? The stuff on the feathers, they were rubbing their face and touching their hands. So they were getting sick. They didn't know why they were getting sick because of these birds.
Mhm.
So people like the feather dinosaurs, and it'd be coul if the feather dinosaurs were a little bit poisonous. And
Oh, there you
I,
go.
I had a fun little thing going on.
It sounds good, and I'll read it if you get it
I'll
out.
visit it again in a couple of years. I got to it. Too many other things.
I feel you.
I used to be a 5 a.m. guy, but no, not anymore. Now, if I try to write before maybe 7:30, it's just going to be drivel anyway. So it's 8 o'clock, my butt's in the chair, and I'm doing at least something book related when I'm not writing. But that's my writing time when I am writing. Probably 8 to 11. Those are a good 3 hours. And then I do editing work after that for others, and teaching if that's active at the time, and contest judging. You get it. But yeah, and then like I said, or we were talking before this, I maybe on a good day can keep writing if I block the day off and have work outside of that the rest of the week. I can have a really good writing day from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and I can get a lot done in that time. But 2 p.m. and on, zombie. That's just not. Those are my fiesta hours. Nothing else is happening.
Yeah, I definitely get super focused on stuff. And when I'm focused on something else, everything else is like gibberish to me and I don't want to hear it. So if I'm trying to get something done, let's say I've got a self-imposed deadline for something, I can't entertain doing something for my own pleasure, like writing, if I know that I've got that thing to do, because otherwise I will be stressed for no reason. And then months go by and then I realize I've not touched it. And then I feel guilty and then I touch it again.
So right now, what's the thing? Would it be idiosyncrasy and that, or
that's hard to pinpoint. It depends on the time of the week, to be honest. With Booked, I have, apart from I think 2 episodes, I have everything recorded up to September, and then I'll be switching over to a live format from September. So I still have to edit all of those episodes. So I think there are 8 or 9 left in this season. So that I don't have to think about quite as much, because I don't have to do as much recording as I did right at the beginning of this thing, because I wanted to have a massive backlog, because I knew I traveled to England for 4 weeks and had people visiting and stuff, and I thought I'm not going to get the chance to do it. With idiosyncrasy, there's so much to do with it that it almost becomes this like unthinkable beast.
Fair.
Because it's never going to be finished. I'm never going to be able to go, I've done everything for that now, because it's always going to be in development. Something that I will be expanding with, and I can't give too much away at the moment, is that I am looking to hopefully provide a service to the indie author community or self-published community to help them to get more books out there, but not in a marketing-y way. And I can't say anything more than that. That's really cryptic, but there is a chance that it'll go completely tits up and I'll look like a fool. So I don't want to give too much detail, but I'm working with an author at the moment, and it's going to be like the flagship thing to see if this whole thing works. So that's a huge amount of my time and effort as well, is looking at logistics and costs of things and whether or not certain laws prohibit certain things. It's not drugs, it's just books.
I'm gonna guess, right? Is it drone delivery of paperbacks?
Oh god, no.
A paperback gun that shoots
like
paperbacks.
A gun. Oh my gosh, I haven't got the money for that kind of lawsuit.
I'm just picturing paperbacks dropping on people's heads.
Oh, how terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, door-to-door
I hate people coming to my door. I really, Jay,
Even with
Brian, I really,
Yeah.
Brian, I really hate it when people come to my door and like, excuse me, because usually that means something's
sorry?
wrong. Is it excuse me? I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Why are they Italian all of a sudden?
I don't know. Everyone who comes to my door is Italian, or they're from somewhere else. I don't know where they're from. And I gotta, oh, where are you from? They tell me. I gotta have a conversation with them. They say, by the way, you're leaking all over the patio downstairs. So then I gotta fix a patio, and it's never good when someone knocks on your door.
Try a sticky note. This is something that's worked for us. We wrote on a sticky note, we stuck it to the doorbell. It says roof under contract. Nobody rings the bell anymore.
Oh, that's funny.
Do it. A smiley face.
Probably doesn't work in an apartment setting.
Yeah, I might have. I get
just do it anyway.
I might get even more knocks on the door.
You see,
So
dudes
Saffron,
like,
when you're writing, what are you writing?
So I'm working on it's going to be a novel. It's called Blackout, and it is based on, well, it's sprung from an experience that I had when I was a cab driver in England. So I've told the story a couple of times before. If you've heard it, just tell me to shut up and I'll tell you something else. But
sorry, keep going.
Long story short, there was one night when I was driving. It was like on a Sunday night, and I picked up this group of people, and it was 2 dudes and a woman and a kid, and it was quite late at night. And they asked me to go to a supermarket. So I got almost to the supermarket and I realized, what's a Sunday? They close at 4. That's strange. And they have ATMs at the supermarket. So I thought, oh, maybe they just want to get cash out. Sometimes people do that because they want to give you a tip or whatever. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And so we pulled up to the car park, and the guy says, park over there, and pointed to the corner of this dark car park. And all the lights were off in the supermarket, and all of, like, you couldn't really see into the car park, so there were these huge hedges around it. So I thought, okay, that's totally fine. So I pulled up because I thought, there's a kid in the car, it can't go too wrong. So we pulled up.
In charge.
Well, this kid was a menace anyway. I met him later on. I'll think about that in a minute. But so we pulled up, and he was like freaking out because he couldn't get hold of somebody. And he was like, oh, I really need to get hold of this guy. And so he finally got hold of this dude using his, what I can only describe as a burner phone. And he walks across the car park and just disappears around a bush. So I'm sat there with these 3 people in the back of my car thinking, what the fuck is going on? This is weird. A few minutes go by, and he comes running back to the car screaming, start the fucking car, start the fucking car. And he got to the door, and I thought, do I lock it? And it was too late by the time I realized I probably should have locked it. And he gets in the car and he's like, fucking drive. And I thought, what is happening? So I spun round and I went to drive to the destination that they asked me to drive to originally, which was going to be like a 40-minute drive. And he turns up the music in the car and screams to the woman in the back, I think I fucking killed him. And so I was like, okay, I might not get home today. So we're driving along, and he's saying how he went to prison because he beat up a police officer and he was this cool guy. And I thought, I'm not even going to charge them. I'm just going to let them get out of the car and just fucking drive away because I can't do this. And he did pay, which surprised me. And he was weirdly friendly at the end. But the whole thing was just like this crazy coincidence of like, there's no way that he actually killed someone, but I better just go back to the yard, which is where they kept all the cars, and just give them the footage, because we had cameras on the inside of the car, so it was pointed at him. So I thought if anything happens, at least then they'll have that. So I went back to the yard and I was like, yeah, this is what happened. And they were like, well, that's weird. Okay, can you go to this other job next? And I was like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, I gave them that, and then nothing really happened, but it still played in my mind for a long time, because I did have a few like near misses and scares when I did the job, because it is unusual for a woman to be a cab driver, especially doing the night shift on a weekend. So yeah, so that all kind of spiraled into this sci-fi thriller that I've been working on, and the jumping off point is that night, but I've added a little bit of artistic license. So yeah, the idea behind it is that it gives the reader a bit of an insight into what it's like to go through trauma, but not in a like preachy way. It's kind of fun. It's a bit sweary because that's what I'm like. It's written in
Not on our show yet. What's happening? None.
I did a little bit.
I must have missed it.
Oh, it's the accent.
I mean, bloody and all that doesn't count. So if it's just British swearing,
it's just British swearing doesn't count. Fisher Price swearing. So yeah, it was originally written in third person, and I rewrote it in first person because I realized as I was going along the story that I wasn't able to give the reader enough stress. So I wanted them to be able to get into the mind of the person telling the story and to go, oh, I feel like I'm uncomfortable. I don't know why that's happening. Or, you know, there are multiple POVs, but they're all in first person. So, yeah, that was something that was a choice that I'm really, really glad I made because it's something that I enjoy much more. I don't really like writing in third person at all.
Do you find you like get more into the experience of the character writing? I mean, maybe that sounds obvious, but I tend to write multi-POV third person, and depending on the character, you really sink into it either way. I haven't experimented in a long time with first person. And then I hear stories like these, or we were talking to Natalie yesterday about how people were almost getting too into some of these characters and their traumas. So she switched to third to ease it a little, like it was too much. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to give this first person a try again for a change. I don't know. How's the experience been? Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I find, well, I'm writing something that I'd want to read, which is one of the pieces of advice that people will give you. Oh, hi, Rod. One of the pieces of advice that people will give you is to write something that you would want to read. And then people are more likely to want to read it because they can tell that you loved writing it. Yeah. And I love reading something and feeling deeply uncomfortable. And if I don't feel deeply uncomfortable, at least for a small portion of the book, it doesn't interest me. So if I don't feel panicked, if I don't feel uncomfortable or like worry, or I don't know, if I'm not scared for a character, then what's the point? Because I love horror. That probably helps. I'm not after that in a romance book. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more enjoyable to write, and I found that I was able to tell more of the story and I was getting more inspiration by switching over to first person. And I didn't feel like I was trying to shoehorn descriptions, which I found a struggle, to be perfectly honest.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And depending on third omniscient, I see this a lot, where you get a lot of very flowery, sometimes very well written, but often the author can stray into a very detached, overwrought, descriptive voice. Whereas when you're writing from a strong POV, whether it's first or third, but if you really get into first, I've seen that more recently, and Mike Mullman, for example, is someone who does it well. Where you're just having a good jolly time from this perspective, and it doesn't need to be complex. You're just following Grammy's, fun time, like and fun and simple perspective. So you don't need to overdo the descriptions. You just give it to us straight, and it works. You know? Yeah. Yeah, so that's fun. It takes, it doesn't take the pressure off because you have to sell us that the perspective is real. But yeah, so there are trade-offs. There's always trade-offs, but it's a fun challenge.
Yeah.
So well, I think you said you're still tentative in terms of how long it's going to take, right? No set idea of when that would happen. Do you have a rough idea of how far along you are percentage-wise? Halfway?
Yeah, I'd say I've probably got about 20% left.
20, okay.
I've written the end, and I've written almost there. It's just the bit between the almost there and the end that I'm playing with, because another character appeared, and I thought, are you going to complicate things? And I'm still not sure if they will. So it's going to be a case of, I think, writing that person's perspective and then seeing how much it fucks with everything else, because I feel like it really would add value, but if it adds complication, then it takes away from the simplicity of the story as it is. So it's trying not to overdo it, because I haven't done to this point, and am I then going to complicate it and then it becomes a different thing by the end of it? So I'm battling with that at the moment and just trying to figure out if it adds value.
Fair.
I'll probably just write it in anyway and then see what happens. But I wanted to have it finished by the end of May, and then I realized that I don't mind letting myself down. So I set a deadline, and I was like, well, I haven't made that, so oh well. So ideally I'd like to have it finished and out by the end of the year, and when I do, I will be printing and binding and distributing the books all myself and not going through Amazon.
Printing and binding?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
My husband's a printer, a human that prints things,
that helps,
not a machine. Yeah. So that is something that I'm going to explore, because I figured, why not?
So you're truly going indie.
Why not?
That's as
You're
indie
doing
as it gets.
everything yourselves.
Yeah.
Would you sell direct on the web, on Idiosyncrasy, or okay? Yeah,
that's the plan. So I want to sell directly on Idiosyncrasy, and then with the digital editions, I'm going to have like pay what you can afford, so that people can still access the book, instead of like, I'd rather do that and get no income than go through Amazon and give Jeff Bezos anything. So
and get no income.
That is cool.
Exactly. Well, this is it. Like, it's a lose-lose scenario, but you get the audience. I get why people use it, and like more.
I sold 2 books this week, and I made $3. So
that's a
thank
fortune.
you. Thank you, Mr. Bezos.
To a lot of people, that is, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still a lot.
Yeah, I mean, per book, like, if you're getting $1.50 per book, essentially, like all those 99-cent books. I mean, that's what mine was at for a while. I mean, that's 30 cents a book. Like, come on, that's nothing. That did not add up quickly. You could sell 1 million books and still, you're making what, 300,000.
Yeah, I can't math very well.
Like that's not a good return.
Not, and it depends what your goal is, and I think my goal ultimately is to try and go down the route of bringing everything back to independent businesses, rather than like Kindle Unlimited and Amazon Direct Publishing and things like that. I don't know if I've given them the right names. Are fantastic. I'm not going to pretend like they're not, because they are the reason why over 1 million self-published authors have their books on the shelves, on the virtual shelves. So I'm glad it exists. It's amazing. But I feel like people get shafted, and I would like to try and make it so that people don't get shafted anymore, because it is possible if you're not doing things for greed. So we'll see what happens.
It would be nice.
Yeah. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it is already, like, I've seen a few really strong examples. I want to look him up, but there's one of the very first indie authors I connected with does exactly that. Now, I think in the end, he was selling direct on his website, and then he switched. I think now he runs most of his sales through Etsy.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, good platform.
Yeah, so that worked. That has actually worked out really well for him. From what I remember seeing, like he had tons of reviews. It was, and he everything himself. I think he worked for a printer, and then more or less still has access to it, even though I don't think he works with them anymore, but he still does it all himself, and all, through services he's worked through in the past, but then all himself as well at home, and sprayed edges and all that fun stuff, going above and beyond. Cool. And it adds that extra touch,
For sure.
That level of personalization. It's also fun to learn new skills. So.
Well, this is it. I love doing stuff like that. I said it on Strangers in Fiction the other day. I have this like hubris that gives me a very fleeting confidence that I'm going to be able to do something, because I have zero self-respect and self-confidence. So very occasionally I go, I'm going to learn how to knit, and then I'll knit a blanket, and then I go, okay, I've done that now. It's not a particularly good one, but I did it, and it's better than buying one, even though the wool was more expensive than buying a blanket separately. I still made a point. And this is a perfect example of that. It's like, I'm like, I'm just going to print my own books. It's fine. Just going to do that. See what happens.
That's
very
fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Means you have a busy year ahead, but that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I work on all of this full time, so I better be busy. So I need to justify it.
That helps. Yeah.
Maybe if you get some cool drones to deliver all your books, or a gun that shoots them to people.
I don't want to bring like domestic warfare to books.
That's what we're missing. That's the missing piece. A little bit of violence. A little bit of violence.
Oh, I thought it was good packing materials.
That helps. That helps.
That's somewhere I need to get better. I love sending out signed copies, but I envy some people I see who seem to have found cheaper or just more accessible packaging solutions. But it's fun. It's fun. I love getting the sealed stamps and the nice boxes and packing material. But I need more time, more money, and better knowledge of who to go to for the good stuff. But
preach.
Yeah, it'd be great to have a lot more of all of those things. Then, yeah, that's the thing. The author life is just a constant quest for more time, more money. I don't know. Yeah, like time to do it, brain power and creativity, because that comes and goes, and that's part of being human.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's but it's a fun life.
It is.
Wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah. And it's got to be fun too. At least like. There is something. I mean, not everyone gets this opportunity, so I'm very grateful for it. But like you said, you're thinking about this all the time, and I bet the fact that your whole world right now revolves around this makes that easier.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Because I mean,
I couldn't do this if I had a proper human job. I have had proper human jobs for most of my life. I just have this unique opportunity, and I'm going to justify this, although I will say thank you to my husband, who's probably listening. I couldn't do it without him. When I first moved here, I was going to have this period of time where I wasn't going to be allowed to legally work. So I had to think of something where I could keep my mind busy and do something useful and work towards a goal. Otherwise I'd go crazy. And so that's where it initially was born. That's where the website was born, because I thought, well, that doesn't need to be a business or anything like that. So it started off as this almost time filler, because I wasn't allowed to get into the workforce. And I was like, well, actually I can see this being huge if I really put my time into it and my effort. And then it just escalated, and actually my green card was approved incredibly quickly, and I was like, well, I'm doing this now, so what's happening? But it wasn't always the plan to do this. I was going to go into the psychology field, so
oh wow,
yeah, massive difference in what I thought I was going to be doing. But
would that have meant going back to school? Was that in the works then? Or
I was considering going into behavioral psychology.
Okay.
But then I was like, I like books, so I did this instead.
That's awesome. Hey, behavioral psychology could be, very informative while writing books.
Incredibly informative for writing and also marketing.
Yes.
Yeah, the marketing.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting to see everybody's like methods to marketing as well, because I'm not an expert. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just giving it a go. But one of the beauties of social media that I enjoy are people sharing what they're doing and seeing the direct success and the impact that it has on like book sales or reads or reviews or whatever. And that's why I can kind of work out that each type of author from different genres do have a completely different method. And you find that some people just find their people really quickly, and then they'll eat up everything that they give all the time, and you think, oh, that doesn't look like it takes much effort, but it probably does, because they are maintaining that community. Whereas you get people who are shouting about it every single day and they're saying, please just read my book, and then people see it all the time, so they get bored of it, and they're like, okay, I'm sick of seeing you begging me to read your book. I'm now not interested because you're irritating me. So it's just interesting to see people making not mistakes, but like continuing to do the same thing and not getting any result, and then not changing anything. And then you get people who have gone, okay, well, that's not worked, so I need to completely redo what I'm doing. And the real G's are the ones that are sharing what they're doing and sharing their experiences. I'm sorry if me banging on the desk made a loud noise. That was by
You're good.
I just think that's incredibly helpful, and that's something that I want to help platform, which is why I've asked people to start writing guest blog posts to share those experiences.
Big.
Yeah. So
get that SEO up.
Exactly. You get it.
He gets it.
Help me, help you, help me.
Get them to write blog posts that readers are looking for.
This
It's
is
easy for an author to write for other authors because we all
Mhm.
speak the same language, but authors aren't looking to buy books. They're looking to sell books. You got to get the moms to read. You got to
Mhm.
get the readers to read. You got to get the people who make videos about books to find you.
You are so on the money. You are so on the money because we
I'm
are
not
all
good
just
at that. I'm good at being on the money. I'm not good at doing any of that, though.
identifying it is the first step, because if
Yeah.
you're telling people that you've identified that thing, then somebody along the line might go, I can do that, and then it helps everybody. So being on the money is helpful. You're so right, because that's something that I've seen time and time again. And again, I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just an observation that we're all just marketing to each other, and it's this weird circle jerk of buy my book and nobody is satisfied. And we need to get into the reader spaces, not into the writer spaces. And it's really good to have this group of people that can relate to you and relate to the struggle and give you advice and all that sort of happy clappy stuff. But they can't afford to buy a book off of everybody that they follow. They can't do that. It's unreasonable. Yeah.
The interesting thing, and this is why I really like what you're doing with Idiosyncrasy, and Booked, and just so on in multiple different ways, everything you're doing, like you and I, for example, everything we do right now revolves around this. We're very lucky that way. I see whenever I see, like, I can right off the top of my head, I know the authors you're talking about who are like the. I'm sorry, but like part of me gets so frustrated when I see it, but I understand why.
Yes.
Whenever I see the same authors every day saying like, no one bought my book today, I'm sad, or no one's bought my book this week, please buy my book, and that's all they post anymore. And you're like, how did this happen? How did you, like, did you try, have you experienced? But then I remember, like, that might be the only 10 minutes they have today to make a social media post. They've already spent 2 hours writing in the morning, then they had a full-time job, then they had to make dinner for their kids, then they had, and marketing is something that most creative types, like writers in particular, don't want to do. Some even have an almost moral aversion to it. So all of those things together, and a lot of these circle jerking authors, it's not that they're dumb. It's not. It's that this is they have 10 minutes to do this. They want more out of this, but that's what they see others doing. And if one other author gives them the affirmation of saying, hey, wow, I did give this book a chance and it was amazing, and they tell their friends, sometimes that's the best they can get where they are right now, until someone comes along with a platform like Idiosyncrasy, where now that same 10 minutes they can give you their information, and now readers are going to find them that much easier. That's huge.
Yeah, that's the goal, because I completely agree with you. I think that's something that you can comment on how and why people do things, but you never really know how and why they're doing it.
Yeah,
because it is this like surface level piece of information you're getting. And yeah, you're right, there are some people that do not have the time, they don't have the resources, they don't have the mental bandwidth, and there are some people that have this aversion to marketing their books because it's making it a product then, and then they're selling themselves a little bit. And some people don't know how to sell themselves, and they don't necessarily truly believe that they're fantastic and that people should really give them a chance. And then why would they put in the effort? Because it's you're always told marketing is a full-time job and you've got to do this, and it's like half writing the book's only a third of the battle or whatever, and it doesn't make you want to do it either. It makes it this really unappealing, uncomfortable thing to do. So everything is against writers for marketing, and I'm just hoping that what I'm doing is going to relieve just a tiny bit for somebody.
Yeah.
And I've seen through some of the, I hate talking about analytics because it sounds so icky, but with some of the clicks that I've seen going from the website to people's, like their external websites or to their book listings or whatever, it's fantastic. Like, it's not massive, it's not hundreds of thousands of clicks, but I've had 11.8 thousand visitors to the website since January.
Wow.
And I haven't spent any money on advertising. I'm just doing it all the time. And if I can do it all the time and then stop 10 people from having to do it all the time, then I've condensed the amount of work, and that's really good.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not easy.
Oh, I bet. Like, that's the thing, is I can see why this takes so much of your time, which is just incredible that you do it. But,
Yeah. I'm trying to find a point to myself now because I'm like, I've told everyone now I'm going to look like a right twat if I don't do it properly.
yeah, the pressure is really on now.
It is. It is.
If you keep this up, you're going to win a prize someday.
Oh, I hope it involves chocolate.
You're going to be on some list somewhere. Like, here's the top. What's the word?
Chocolate eaters.
Here's the top chocolate eaters in the world. Number 1, Saffron.
It's gonna be.
You know, people are looking for good reads.
Mhm.
They're looking for the next thing that's like the other thing that they like.
Yeah.
Either going to the library and they're just serendipitously going down the shelves, going, "Oh, this one looks pretty,"
Mhm.
or they're following their booktuber friends, like, "Oh, they said read this book," and then the booktuber maybe read the book and maybe it's good, but having that kind of directory of authors and creatives in one spot I think is going to be very helpful in the future.
I hope so. And it's not new. I'm not pretending like I've reinvented the wheel. There are tons of websites like this. It's not like it's this fantastical thing. But what I feel that I am doing differently is that I'm highlighting the humans behind the artwork. So when I relate to people, I want to get involved with what they're producing. Unless you've got like a hot as shit cover and a really good blurb, I'm not touching your book. Unless I've gotten to know you a little bit and I believe in you as a person. That's what I've found throughout this whole thing. And that's one of the things that drives this whole effort, is that I'm reading books because I'm getting to know people, because I want to know what story you've told. Okay, there's a typo on page 47. I don't care because I like you. And it's not a popularity contest, but it sure helps. It really helps. And so if you're presenting this person as like, hey, I've got dyslexia, but I wrote this book, you've just inspired somebody. So somebody that has dyslexia might try reading your book, and things like that, and showing that human side of this creativity is one of the most exciting things to me. That's why I love interviewing people, because I'm like, okay, I don't care about your book. What about your trauma? I want to know about that. I want to know what's
Tell me what's wrong with you.
What
happened to you? Why are you doing this?
But that's so exciting to me. It's so exciting to me, and I think that is the core driver for it being set up the way that it is, and it will continue being set up in the sense of like, here's the person, and also they write books. So I've slowed down applications for people to apply for a feature, because now I want to then enrich those pages, because at the moment it's like generic blurb, here's some links, here's a few things that you can find, and it's all in one place. Brilliant. And so now I'm slowly trying to interview everyone and then put that on the page, and then I'm trying to, oh, hello,
the book lounge has arrived.
Hi, Mark, thanks for coming. So
Mark gave me my own little Discord channel. I could say whatever I want there,
right? Yeah, we love
this is good. Should have just been a therapist.
I was on my way to being a therapist. You can see my degree here, but I'm not going to show you the rest of it because it has my real name on it. But then
you could have been rich. Instead, you're a writer.
What's money if I can't delve into people's brains for their honesty? Because you can lie in therapy, but people are very honest in their books.
That's true, actually.
You will give your deepest, darkest desires and stresses and experiences in a book and then disguise it as fiction. Whereas, like, if you're in the therapist's office, you can be like, I'm fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I feel like you can definitely get a lot more juiciness from people's writing.
Which is also why it's fun to have like these interview conversations before you read someone's book, because it totally changes the way you read it. I love that. I love when I get to read something after I've had one of these conversations and I realize, who are you? You know, it's great.
Oh, you're that kind of weirdo. Okay.
The things you learn. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Well. Something I think, Isaac, you mentioned winning. I wanted to ask about this, so before I forget, Star Path Creatives and the whole writing.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
That's right.
Today we have opened for submissions for our short story contest. Or, well, originally it was called the short story contest, is now the writing contest, because 5,000 words isn't technically a short story. So Glenn Weatherhead and Danica Roselyn and I got together and we were like, should we do something together? I'm really dumbing this down because I don't want to butcher what actually happened. So we wanted to do something as a collective, and we decided that we were going to give it an identity. So that's why Starpath Creatives was born. Our first joint effort is a writing contest. So this is only open to the US and Canada. It's for no other reason than we got scared of the rules. And I was like, we might get sued. I'm worried about this. So it's partially me advising that we just keep it small for now. The theme is a light in the darkness. So that is any genre. We don't care what it is. It can be horror, it can be romance, it can be erotica, it can be fantasy, it can be sci-fi, whatever, because we wanted to open it up to as many people as possible, because there are some genres and subgenres that get like left out of stuff. Like I love extreme horror. Some people like dark fantasy. We're not shutting them out. We're just shutting out certain countries, but that's for legal purposes. So the word limit is between 100 and 5,000 words. And submissions open today, so you can go to Idiosyncrasy and click on Starpath Creatives, or there are some other links for Glenn's website and Danica's website as well. They all have pretty much the same information on them, but obviously I'm going to plug mine because it's my interview.
And it'll be below on the YouTube description. So
thank you very much. And it is open. I wrote a note because my memory is terrible, even though I'm involved in this. I forgot when it ends. But submissions close on the 29th of August at midnight. So you've got a bit of time. If you've only just started thinking about what you want to write, then you have time to write it. It can be between 100 and 5,000 words. Please enter, because the prizes are really cool. So each of us have offered prizes. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are because I want to encourage you to go to the link.
Prizes, people. Prizes.
Yes, there are prizes.
I saw them. They look cool. I mean, it's awesome. It's genuine.
Maybe a drone,
you're
maybe
getting
a
value.
Gun.
There are no weapons or drones on offer, but each of us have donated something that we think would be valuable to an author. So Danica has offered
Don't tell us. We're gonna go to the link.
I'm just gonna say arty things.
Okay.
I've offered things that I've been talking about all day, and Glenn looks at the analytical side of stuff, and an additional thing that I'm not going to share until you've looked at the website. But go check it out. It's very exciting. It's going to be the first of what I hope to be lots of things that we get to do together, because we each have a completely different skill set. And I think together we've kind of realized that we would make a very good team. It was one of those things where we're like, okay, let's do this huge thing. And then we sat back and thought, what if we can't work together? So we've then done this smaller thing, and then we'll be able to tell how we work together and that sort of thing.
Smart.
So yeah, I think it would be it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so excited to see what people have interpreted when they've read the theme. I had a handful of like emails and DMs and things like that where people have said, oh, I've already thought of something that I can write, or I wrote something 3 years ago that I think is going to be perfect. I'm going to polish it. And it's kind of excited people. And I like that. I like being able to inspire somebody to do something. So yeah, that's the long, the short of it, is that.
Do you think it'll become like an annual thing? Or
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. It depends how well this one goes. Yeah. If 5 people enter, then maybe not. But we're hoping to get a fair number of entries. We have 9 judges plus the 3 of us. So we have a huge team of people, and they have graciously donated their time and their effort to read these fantastic stories. And we have people that are from different backgrounds, so they'll be able to give it like a fair shot, and it's going to be anonymous. So the first 2 rounds of judging are going to be like nobody knows who wrote them. So I think that will help as well, because we all know each other. It's this, as I said, it's this whole circle jerk thing. And if we all know who's written it, we're going to have this unconscious bias, or even a conscious bias, because we want people to win. So yeah, we've done our best to try and make it so that it is easier to judge.
Nice.
Yeah.
That helps. It definitely helps.
Oh,
it has to be a brand new story. It can't be something else that's already been out there. Got to be brand new.
Yep. So nothing that is currently published anywhere else. Largely for the anonymity, because we could very easily just Google it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we find out who wrote it. So afterwards, when the contest is over, then people are obviously free to submit publish anything that they want, but just to keep it all clean and neat and tidy, we ask that nobody has anything already published out there. Yeah, I think that's all the helpful things.
Fair.
Cool.
No, that's awesome. And a month and a half is a solid, amount of time. So you've given enough time for people to actually write within the window of submission, which is nice. Yeah. Makes a huge difference, and kind of a nice little challenge too.
Yeah.
Like you said, some people will have written something already that they just haven't put out, but yeah, I like seeing these pop up. Some of these writing competitions where you're on the spot now to write within this window and put something forward. It's kind of a fun little learning challenge too. Anyways, yeah.
Light in the Darkness. I have a perfect short story already published for it.
Oh.
Already, but it's already published, so
Shucks.
you guys can read it on my website for free.
Send me a link. I'll read it.
Yeah, that was a good little plug.
Oh, and Mark, the Book Lounge, is one of the judges.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. No, very cool. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I asked about that because that looks, very fun. Especially because I saw the prizes. I was like, I like that. So again, go
prizes.
Check this out. Yeah, this is very fun initiative.
Yeah.
Again, one more thing among many that you're doing right now. I don't know. I get that this is all you're doing right now, but it's a lot. Managing a platform as big as Idiosyncrasy, managing a writing contest, that's no small thing. A podcast, I mean, or a show like this, like we know it takes time, and then writing on top, like that's. Whew, I'm exhausted on your behalf just saying it out loud.
Yeah, and I also agreed to do loads of beta reads recently, and they're all due in August. And I'm just like, I go to bed and I think, oh, I've got to work again. It's fine, I enjoy it, but I'm gonna probably have to stop accepting those for a while. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm working hard enough unless I'm stressed and my blood pressure is affected. Otherwise, I feel like I'm being lazy. And then I'll also burn myself out and then stare at the wall for 3 days. So it probably averages out at a normal working week.
I feel that to the core. Yeah, it's a problem, but it's a good problem.
Speaking of good problems, you want to play a little game?
Oh, go on.
Fun little game.
Go on.
You know those horrible things where they have you... that's him in the flesh.
Well,
this is called The Light Has Gone From My Eyes, so rank these freaking books. Okay. So you know those horrible TikTok videos where they have to blind rank something?
No.
You seen those? They're awful. We're going to do one. So we're going to go through 5 books. You have to rank them blindly from 1, the best, to 5, the worst.
Okay.
And we're going to do it one at a time. So the spots are going to fill up. So don't give away number 1 too soon. The first one we have here is Dune. Rank Dune on a scale 1 to 5.
Is this what I assume their review rating is?
I want you.
Oh, okay.
What you feel, your personal ranking.
Even if I haven't read them?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious me.
The best opinions come from people who haven't read the thing.
Oh, amazing. Okay, I get that.
Judge a book by its cover. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But not.
I'm going to go with 3.
Put Dune in 3?
Yes.
Dune in one of the most influential sci-fis ever?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. 3.
You've asked for my blind opinion. That's my blind opinion.
It's got worms and drugs and space things.
I'm not number 1.
It's good. All right, let's see what's number 2.
Dune's in 3. Next one.
Oh, dear.
The Once and Future King by T.H. White. This is a fantastic, amazing book that you must have read at least once in your life. At least. You're from England. This is like your Bible.
Bible? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to, based on my actual reading enjoyment, it's probably going to be 5. I have a short attention span.
You just broke Isaac's heart.
I have a short attention span. I can't be right about everything, otherwise I'd be unstoppable.
That's very true. That's very, very true.
That's awesome.
Once and Future King at number 5, very, very bottom. Dune's at 3, King's at 5. What's next? The Book Thief. The Book Thief is what? You like things that are a little bit dark, don't you?
I've
little
not
bit
read
disturbing.
any book so far.
That makes this better.
The Book Thief is wonderful. Have you read The Book Thief?
No,
You should read The Book Thief.
Apparently
It's very,
no.
very wonderful.
Christopher, this is exactly
The
what I thought. I
Bible
was like,
is
they literally have
the
Church
Bible
of
in England is just the Bible. No, you're wrong. The Bible in England is Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
That's the actual Bible from England.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. So I've already done 3 and 5. I'm gonna go with 2.
Put
it
this in
looks
2.
creepy.
That's
Okay.
that's a
Looks
fair
creepy.
2. The
Yeah.
Book Thief is very good. I recommend it. Next book.
Let's see. There we go.
Clifford's Birthday Party.
Gotta go with 1.
Number 1.
Clifford's the OG. I used to
Yes,
watch it as a
Clifford.
child. What a
Clifford's
fantastic-
amazing.
Shout out to the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yes.
I think Clifford has probably saved lives,
Oh, definitely.
like in real life.
Although unrealistic body standards for dogs.
No. One day we'll get there. With genetic engineering and Jurassic Parking, we will get a Clifford dog one day.
Jurassic Parking.
Yeah, didn't you hear? I mean,
We
they've already
will-
brought back what, dire wolves, and wasn't there? What was the big?
Peter
emu
Jackson's
one?
bringing back Big Bird.
Yeah, yeah. Like basically emus, but worse. Like
Oh, really good.
giant.
The Moa. They're called Moa.
Moa. Yeah.
They were in Halo. They were in one of the Halo games.
Oh.
One of them.
The
They're the
things,
birds
yeah.
runner. You could shoot them and kill them.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, well
So
that
Clifford's-
means. Oh, I was gonna
It.
say now we're stuck. Number 4 was that the one that was left?
It's gonna have
Final
to
one.
be number 4.
Number
Yeah.
4, It. I guess you're not a big fan of It.
I thought it was fine.
It is fine.
It's
You're right.
fine. It's a book that I thought was all right. I am largely disappointed when I read Stephen King until about the 5th act, and then it starts getting good for me.
Interesting.
I
I
don't
always find him very, very good in the beginning, and
Mm.
near the end, he doesn't know what to do, and he just.
Oh, maybe it's the chaos that I enjoy at the end.
Yeah.
I think Dark Tower is my favorite from him. That series.
Oh, I've not given it a go.
I really like Dark Tower.
I need to
Yeah.
give something else of his a fair chance because there was another
The
one
other
I
one that's
read.
good is the JFK one. I don't know what the date.
Carrie?
The title's The Date. No, not Carrie. Nothing to do with Carrie killed JFK. Is that what you're saying?
That would explain a lot. I mean,
Harry was JFK. That's where all the blood came from. No, I'm
Carrie
kidding.
was
I don't know.
JFK. That's a twist. Yeah, 11/22/63, I think it is, or the date he was shot is the name of
Oh,
the
okay.
book. That was a
Ah.
very, very fun time travel book. Very well
Okay.
done. That was probably a favorite of his.
Oh,
yeah,
Okay,
like
so-
The Stand is the one I made it through the most of, but I couldn't stand
I-
it, so I
I
stopped.
didn't like The Stand.
Yeah.
Didn't
Okay,
like
so
The Stand.
different
I need-
strokes for different folks. It's fine.
yeah.
So
I need to
Clifford's
give more
number
of his stuff a
1.
chance.
Number 2 was Book Thief, or
Yeah.
number 3 was Book. What was number 2?
2 is Book Thief.
But
Yeah.
Thief?
2 is Book Thief.
I can't
3
spell. I
is
can't think.
Dune. 4 is It, and number 5 is Once and Future King.
Yeah,
It beats Once. You're wrong.
that's okay. I told you I can't be right all the time. It's dangerous.
Well,
So
thank you
good.
for playing this game that has a long name that I can't remember without reading it.
I'm happy to disappoint.
That was great.
I think the point of the game is just a point. I think that's
Yeah.
the real point of it.
What
What is your
whenever I
favorite
see
book? If you
those-
had an actual top 5, what is your actual top 5?
Oh God, it depends on my mood.
What's your mood right now?
Oh, I'm sleepy.
Okay, sleepy books.
Well,
top 5
thanks.
sleepy books.
Oh, okay, the best book that I read recently was
good.
called Boy Parts,
Okay.
and I can't remember the name of the author. It's terrible. And I think of all time, I don't think I've ever reread a book before.
Hmm.
So there's nothing that I can like go back and think, oh, I've read that multiple times, because once I've read it, the excitement's gone. I know
Not
what
even when you were like a kid.
very short attention span. If I know what happens, what's the point?
Are you like that with
You get to
movies and
live it
TV
again.
too?
It depends what the movie is.
Okay.
I was discussing this with my best friend the other day. My top watched movies are The Pick of Destiny, Anchorman.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh God, what was the other one? All of the Jackass movies. I haven't got many standards.
You like watching people run around and just be silly.
Yeah, and the Alien films as well. They're my favorite
Oh yeah, those are great
classics.
Classics.
Also, just another form of a Jackass film. I mean,
yeah,
just without the laughing and the joy.
Yeah, basically.
The alien's laughing.
The alien is not laughing. The alien's screaming. The alien is screaming very shrilly.
The alien's having a good time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the alien having a good? That's a good question. I think. Is the alien enjoying itself? I think the alien is very stressed and angry.
Probably.
What does a happy alien even look like? What are they doing when they're happy? They're just kind of hanging and not moving.
Or hunting, probably. I bet hunting is incredibly exciting for an alien.
That's more predators.
I imagine they'd be a little bit bored.
I don't know. They still hunt people. I know Predator is like more calculated, but
well, they're the ones who do it. Like they do it because they like it. Whereas, the aliens, I'm like, I'll go with what Isaac's saying. They do seem like not the happiest, and they're getting shot at, and I don't know. Yeah, that's tough.
They seem very happy they're being shot at. I don't know what their problem is. Getting burned, run over, blown up, crushed.
It's a rough life.
It is.
It's a rough life for a poor alien. He just wanted to eat those poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we found movies that you've rewatched.
Okay, so name
not a lot of books.
Not a lot.
In fact,
I think these days it would be. I mean, I kind of started and I couldn't. It was one of my favorite books. I started rereading it, and I was like, no, I got too many other books to read. So that's part of it too. Is rereading a good book is taking away from another potentially good book I could be reading.
I will reread something if I am writing something that's similar, and I'm like, I want to dig into that. So I'll pick it up and I'll read not the whole thing. I'll skip to the chapter I want and read that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That I like.
There are too many books.
Yeah. Yeah, and you would know. You're swimming in it even more than the rest of us every day.
Yeah. So. It's on purpose though, so.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you accidentally read a lot of books?
I said it's self-inflicted.
Well, the opposite would be accidentally.
Well, accidentally being surrounded by so many books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So no, you're good. That was the idea. Yeah.
It's like if you get trapped in a library. I don't know. That's accidentally getting trapped around a bunch of books.
Like the guy in the Twilight Zone, he gets blown up and he's at the library at the end with his glasses.
Yeah.
You just wanted a green card and now you're trapped with books. It's a rough life.
Awkward. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's anyways, it's awesome to see how things are progressing. Just with again, because I remember like when idiosyncrasy was suddenly there. And, and it really exploded. It's been awesome to see. And now this contest coming up and booked. I think you've had 30 something episodes, you said, right?
34 came out yesterday.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's been every single Sunday since I think it's December 1st.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah. It's good.
And you said there's updates coming to your website at the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be by the end of the year because the other secret project thing is relying on the website being fully functional. A lot of the choices that I made were based on my assumption that nobody was going to look at it, to be honest. So I made a lot of design choices that were like, they looked good to me anyway, but were not functional. So I was like, I can make buttons out of graphics on Canva. So I was spending loads of time on Canva making these graphics, making like funky buttons, because at one point it wasn't allowing me to add like buttons that had external links. So I was creating those by creating graphics that look like buttons. Long story short, that was a terrible idea. There are hundreds of them on the website that I now need to remove. I've got 230 something pages on this website, plus all the posts.
What'd you build it in?
WordPress.
WordPress.
Yeah.
WordPress is diabolical.
I'm now just discovering that after paying for it. But no, I mean, I had never built a website before and never started a podcast before and never messed around with graphics before. So I just kind of winged it all, which is why I'm now discovering all these things that could have been done a lot better. But that's me. I just go into stuff head first. And
That's how it works. That's how you learn.
Behind.
Yeah.
That's,
well,
so yeah.
What we're seeing on the other side is pretty darn solid. But yeah, like you said, it just never ends, and it's the ever onward and upward journey that we're all on in one way or another.
Yeah, and the whole what's the word?
Journey.
No. Horizon. It's constantly changing. Like everything is constantly changing all the time. From the time that I started the website to now, there are so many tools that have changed. So all of the things that I've used have now changed. So you're constantly having to adapt. And that's the same thing as people who are writing and then putting books out, is that the formatting programs will change, or requirements will change, or, oh, now there's a tariff here, so it's going to cost me more money to do this thing. And now I'm going to get less money from the thing that I was doing. And it's all just this unending changing thing, and I can't think of words. I've used all of them. I had a finite amount and I've used them all already. Anyway, yeah.
Well, it's that time of day too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Sleepy Snap. It's fine.
Siesta. Okay, siesta, right? I'm gonna get this right this time. Siesta time. That's it, right?
Time for a siesta.
Mm-hmm.
Get a margarita. Get underneath a tree. Find a hammock, maybe. Take a little siesta.
You had me a margarita.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds pretty fantastic right about now.
Yeah, that's one of the excellent things about being in Texas, is that there are margaritas everywhere.
Oh, it rains margaritas, yeah.
Everywhere. It's amazing.
That's funny.
I didn't like tequila before, and now I'm like, that's the one I choose every time.
Fair. Okay, yeah, because I'm still very hard in the really don't like tequila phase.
You need to force yourself to drink it at least 10 times. And by the 12th time you go, it wasn't that bad. I don't want to have this again.
Gaslight yourself into liking tequila.
and then someone's like, drink the tequila. And you drink it again, like, oh, as I'm getting tipsy, it's starting to taste better.
The closest I've gotten to enjoying it was a tequila jello shot, and even that was gross. But at least it was, there was the fun of the texture. I don't know. No, it was
wiggly gross. Tequila.
Yeah, it was so weird, but it was just fun.
It has sat for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not my drink for sure. Yeah.
What are some books you'd recommend people read as we're closing things?
There's a good question.
Oh, there are tons of books. I've got a whole website dedicated to
it. Go to the link.
Okay, yes, go to the link. Go to www.idiosyncrasy.com. But ones that I've personally enjoyed, let me have a little think. The Hunter by Kate Agard, if you are a fantasy person.
I think we're all real people. But,
what, sorry?
I think we're all real. None of us are fancy people. We're all real people. But
oh gosh. I'm just going to get past that.
I love it.
If you're looking for extreme horror, I'd go with, for indie wise, I'd go for Leslie Kurt.
Okay.
But it is super gross. So if you can't handle super gross, I wouldn't go for that at all.
Gotcha.
See, for horror, I just look on the Dark Veil Society website, because they've somehow curated this group of people who all of their books are really good. So I would look for anything by DVS, because they have a good range of people who have like different styles of horror. And I've read a majority of the authors on this particular list of people, and they're all fantastic. So I'd recommend anything from them.
Yeah, Dark Veil is doing something very right. I'm
100%.
Really happy to see what they're doing. Yeah,
it's brilliant. And I love that they're keeping it tight as well. They had a post out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, saying that they're not accepting more people for now because they're trying to get it right the way they are. And that is, if I could go back and change one thing, I would do that. So I'd strongly recommend doing things small and not massive, because it's unmanageable when it gets to a certain point. But yeah, I definitely recommend them. They are a very, very good collection of people. One book that I read from an indie author that really changed my perspective in my personal life was, I forget the full name of the book, but it's called When Life Was Yellow. And it's a memoir by Paulette Hampton. And it is her experience with OCD. And it really helped to shift my understanding of obsessive compulsive disorder. And it helped me to understand loved ones much better. And it was incredibly well written, very poignant, and I'd recommend that to anybody. It was a very good book. It's not particularly long as well, so if you just want a quick read, it's like novella sort of length, but those would be my probably top ones for now. There are tons more, but you put me on the spot and I forgot everything I knew.
That's awesome. Yeah, novella length stuff actually, again, short stories and novella length have a newfound appeal to me. And this is coming from an epic fantasy reader, you know, long epic fantasies, even long thrillers, long historical fiction. And I'm like, oh, novellas are great. You mean I can do this in 2 sittings? This is wonderful.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
I think it was Sarah Arnew when I don't know if it was during my interview with her on Booked or beforehand, but she made a very good point. When you're in like a reading slump, pick up a novella and then you can finish it, and then you can get back into reading again, because I found that where the books I'm beta reading at the moment are all massive. And so I'm finding it a real struggle because I'm having to look at it analytically rather than just for the pure enjoyment of it. That I'm having to pick up a novella to read so that I can just get something finished, because it's making me feel like I'm stalling, which is so strange because it's supposed to be for enjoyment, but it doesn't feel like it sometimes. But yeah, they're like the perfect remedy for that sort of thing.
Yep. Oh, that's exactly it. Is spend enough time doing this, and especially if you're doing editing or beta reading on top of writing, when you're just purely in that analytical zone, it's so easy to lose the joy for this. Which is, like, you know, if you got into this, it's probably because you loved it, and so yeah, finding those ways to bring back the whole point of it in the first place is huge.
Definitely. Yeah. And you have to have an enormous amount of talent to be able to tell a punchy story in this amount of words.
Yeah.
And not everybody can do it. And I feel like a lot of the ones I've read recently have really smashed it out of the park, like The Clatterman by Janelle. Is it Shiki? I can't remember.
Right. Yeah,
I think that's right.
I feel like that's how I've heard it pronounced. So.
I said shikey last time, and I was like, that sounds like a swear word. I'm not sure if that's correct. But no, The Clatterman was amazing. Eyes Wide Open by Jan. Can't pronounce the surname.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I think the last time I tried to pronounce it out loud, I was like, it's Miklas something, and I'm done.
Yes, and I'm sure.
And he's like one of my favorite people in the entire writing community.
Fantastic.
He's just a gem of a human being.
His short story collections are banging. They're so good. They are so good. They're like, in my opinion, like peak.
Oh yeah. Every time he sends me a new one, I'm immediately like, drop everything. I'm reading this.
Whenever I hear he's got something out, I'm like, can I have it? I want that immediately. It's very good.
Yeah. I want to get more people's eyes on his stuff because it's just golden, and it's this hidden gem, you know. And I'm so glad now he's in the Dark Veil Society too. Like I'm that's one thing I'm celebrating. I'm like, oh yeah, get me more people reading Jan's stuff. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's fantastic. I just call him Jonathan.
That's awesome. I love it.
Sure, it really annoys him, but he's not told me to stop, so I'm going to keep doing it.
So good. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at that. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes. That's for us. That's probably good. We've we've had enough, you know, very long shows that we're building a reputation for ourselves, which just means we're having a good time, right? But I don't know. Yeah. You know, if you have any last things you want to say, any last things you want to point people towards, we've mentioned the website enough, the contest, but yeah, where do people need to go right now?
Right now, please go and watch the latest episode of Strangers in Fiction because we are trying to grow that as a platform. It's something that Sora and I decided to do. Well, basically, I had this dream that I started a podcast with her, and it was called Strangers in Fiction. And I sent her a message, and I said, "Can we do that?" And she was like, "Hell yeah!" So we started doing it, and then we've only recently started having like video ones as well. Occasionally we'll talk about books that we've both read, and they'll always be from authors that are featured on Idiosyncrasy. That was her idea. And we just have a good laugh, and it is usually either like this or just totally weird because we've both either not slept or had too much caffeine or have just totally lost the plot, and it's a good time.
I think the last one I watched, I was laughing within a second, and it didn't stop. It was yeah.
Thank you. That was a lot, but that's my opportunity to be really silly and to relax a bit more. Whereas when I have interviews with booked, I do try and keep it more structured. So that's my unstructured joy. So yeah, go check that out.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure. I think I added that link, but if I didn't, I will make sure it's in the description for anyone watching. You can find that below us. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for everything you do. Yeah, like keep it up. Stay obsessed because it's amazing. It's making a huge difference. And,
looking forward to Blackout.
It will be done by the end of the year, whether it's finished or not.
That's exciting.
I'll just release the unpolished manuscript and everybody can
perfect. Hey. Works.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, hey, reach out when that's coming out, and we will make sure that is boosted as far and wide as we can. But,
we'll do.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone in the chat. It was awesome having everyone here. And
Thanks,
yeah, you know where to find us. You know where to find Saffron. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time. Cheers, everybody.